Hello, thought I'd do another video using some Pearlywinks sprays with a jelly plate. I haven't used this for quite some time now, but I thought I wanted to have a little play. My name's Sharon and I am on the design team for Pearlywinks and Stamps by Me. But with this video I'm going to use some Pearlywinks sprays and show you how I use them with the gel plate. Now mine's a bit dirty and my hands are a bit messy because I've been playing already. My gel plate is quite messed up, to be honest, but that's because I've been using it. It's well loved, and plus I'm a messy crafter. So how I usually start is I'm going to use a bit of the pumpkin orange and I'm going to use some of my hot pink because these are my two favourite colours and I love the way the two colours create like a lovely peachy tone. So I've got a blending mat here and I'm going to put it on the put a spray on the blending mat first, and then I'm going to put a spray of the pumpkin orange. Don't forget to give it a little shake just to mix everything up. And then what I'm going to do is get my brayer and I'm just going to get some on my brayer and then I'm going to put it on here. Now you won't see much but trust me, there is ink on there, and I'm also going to give it a spray onto the gel plate as well. Oh, look at them colours, aren't they beautiful? And I just sprayed my card, never mind. I've also got some brushes, and this is the orange, but it gives like a reddy tone. And I'm just going to give it a little shake. I usually put it straight on. I know some people like water it down first and then they put it on using a fan brush. But I'm just going to use it this way just first, just to see what it turns out like. I'm just going to do like a normal one without stencils first, and then I'll show you what I do with stencils. So if you just put that on there and then you put a piece of paper at the top. You can either use a brayer and go over the top, but I just use my hands and I just give it a good firm press down. And then once you feel like everything's on the paper, you lift it up. And that's the result. And once that dries, you could use it for backgrounds. What I do is I make a batch of backgrounds. Oh, I just love them colours. I mean, you can tell it's like drying a bit there already. So that's that one. I'm not going to clean that up because it will come in handy with everything else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some stencils. I'm just going to, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try. And I've not done this, so this is the orange with a hint of gold. And as you can you see that colour? So just give it a shake at the bottom. Don't shake up and down with these. I mean, look at that. I could watch that all day. Give it a lovely shake. And then I'm going to give it a spray on here. I know I've got it on the card over there, but don't worry, it's all going to mix in lovely with the background. And then what I've got is some plum twist. I'm just going to put a bit on the blending mat. So just put a bit on there. As you can tell, I'm a messy crafter. And then instead of using water, I'm going to use a bit of the pearl mist from Pearlywinks. And then just spray it, and as you can see the colour. Then I'm going to get my fan brush. And then I'm just going to shake it across there. I'm now going to get a stencil. I've got loads of stencils, but I think I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to use this one. So what I usually do, people might, other crafters might do it a bit different to me. So I put it on there, and then I get a piece of card, and then I place it over the gel plate, and then give it a good squish down. With the gel plate as well, you won't get like perfect backgrounds, and I think that's more fun. That's the fun bit of like using a gel plate, because none of them are ever the same. Now that doesn't look too good, does it? But it would still look lovely on the background. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift that up. I'm going to put that on there, on that piece of paper, and then just give it a good then we're going to use a different, put that on there, and hopefully this will do it. It might be because the spray a bit more, I put a bit too much on. No. But it's all trial and error. So let's try a different one. Let's try the dots. I'm going to use, let's do a red. Let's use the red. Give it a spray. And then I think a bit of, let's have a look. Oh, we've got the purple with the hint of gold there. Let's try a bit of that. Just give it a shake first. So swirl it around. And once you feel like it's all mixed in, I'm going to give that a spray. I don't want to use too much because I don't want it to go muddy. I'm going to put that on there. And see if this, I'm going to do another spray on the top with the orange, with the hint of gold. And see. Oh. Let's try that. put the piece of paper on the top. Now that's better. I forgot a little step then. So that's one background with the stencil. I mean, once that dries, that's just going to be lovely. And then, because I wasn't entirely happy with that one, I'm going to use the stencil from here, put it on there, and then just mix the rest of the inks onto the paper. Just spread it into the holes. You don't want to waste any ink. And there you go. There's another background. And then we will get the rest on there. It doesn't look like much, does it? But I can still see some kind of shape in there. So I'm going to put that there. You could batch make so many backgrounds so quickly. And then there's that one. I love that colour. Right, there's someone here. So that one, even though it's pretty and you can actually see the gold, I don't know if you can see it, like the sparkle of the gold coming through. There you go. I think these sprays with a hint of gold are my favourite. I just love them. I think I've gone through half of my orange already. Oh no, I've still got nothing there. Right. Let's try a completely different colour. We've got a blue here, so let's try a blue. So this is sky blue. And let's try a different background. I'm going to try this one. So I'm going to place the stencil on first this time, and then spray over to the top, over the top of it. Give it a shake first. You are meant to prime them, but I just haven't done it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of the bushes. And I reckon a bit of orange. And I'm just going to shake it over the top where there's quite a bit of liquid. That colour is gorgeous, isn't it? You can actually see the difference in the colours. Look, it's turning green. And I'm going to use a yellow, which is yellow bushes. Oh, there's more coming out of that one. I'm going to put some in the middle. I know it looks like a mess at the moment, but trust me. And I'm going to use a bit of the Pearlywinks, which is the pure pearl mist. Give that a shake, and then I'm just going to spray that on the top just to activate the bushes. That's it. So we're going to do one with the stencil. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put it over to the top, and there's going to be a lot of colour coming from this. I've had them bushes for oh, it's got to be about a year now. So they've lasted a long time. I've also got these as well. They're a bit like bushos, but they're just not as vibrant. But the bushos and the Pearlywinks, oh, they're just beautiful. They really mix well. So that's a bit of a, like I said, there's going to be a lot of colour coming from that. But that would still make a nice background. So then we'll take the stencil off, and I'm going to put the stencil on this one. And then I'm just going to give it a rub, just to get all the ink off, so as not to waste the ink. Can't waste my Pearlywinks. And then we'll put this one on there and see what comes from that. Give it a good press. Yeah. Not getting, I think with stencils you're going to get a better image if you're using like the inks. So that's that. And then there's that one. So I'll show you all the backgrounds that I've done. My favourites are these ones. I mean, they're drying a bit now. I mean, I love them. They're just, it's my favourite colour, that is. Hot pink and pumpkin orange. They make this gorgeous, like, peachy colour. And you can see the hint of gold. And then that was like the using the stencil. So there's 3 that come from the stencil, from that one stencil. And then that one was just using it without any stencils. I'll show you the other colours. You know, I'm not really a green person, but some people might be out there. So there's that one. And there's that one. I'm not, you can very vaguely see the stencil as it's drying. But so yes, let's see if we can get a bit more off there. Okay, it's a messy business, but it's worth it. Just a few minutes and I've created about 7 backgrounds. Just using a few sprays, bushos, and the pixie powder. Well, it was the purple one I used, not the gold one. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a good day. Well, the rest of the day. It's tea time now, isn't it? And I'll be back with another project soon. Take care, bye.